I recently came across this quote from Charles Horton Cooley which said, "I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think what you think I am." Now I want you to let that sink in for a minute. This quote is simply so powerful. I'm not what I think I am. I'm not what you think I am. I am what I think what you think I am. I think there's a lot of pressure to follow set lanes throughout your career. When you're in high school, you're told to think about that college and university. When you're in university, you're told to think about that dream job. And when people don't get into that college or don't get that job, they think it is the end of the road. Life is actually so different from that. Instead of listening to the voices of the society, try what you really enjoy doing and then pursue those things in life. Because let's assume you have to spend 8 hours at work daily and you're working 5 days a week, that is 40 hours of work in a week. Now you assume that you work 50 weeks out of the 52 weeks in a year, that is 2000 hours of work every year. Assuming that you work for 50 years, that is 100,000 hours of your life at work. Now that is a daunting number of hours, a huge part of your life. It means on average you spend 10 to 11 years of your entire life at work. Now if you're not happy with your job, or if your job is made by what your parents think of you or what is socially acceptable, that is 100,000 hours of dissatisfaction. The challenge for most of us is that we allow ourselves to get stuck when we try to figure all this out. It happens because we only pick up one lens to look at the world. That is the lens of the society. When you're living in that bubble, in that echo chamber of what the society and your parents expect of you, getting to do what you really want to do is impossible. The only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to do what you love. Hence, you've got to find what you love. Fast forward your life. Look at yourself in 10, 20 years of time and ask yourself the question, is that where I want to be? If you're in university, look at the career trajectory of the people in the industry or company that you aspire to be in. If you're in a company, look at the person who's 20 years ahead of you and ask yourself, is that where I want to be? And if the answer is no, then you need to find a new path. It is worthwhile to take risks on trying to do something you're really excited by. If things don't work out in the first attempt, you can try again because things tend to work out in the long run. So if you're unsure what's next for you, maybe now you're in the right place because you had to first understand the depth of this question before you could discover your answer. It doesn't matter where you're starting, but the time to start is for you to figure out. Harrison Ford was a carpenter till his 30s. Vera Wang didn't open her first boutique until she was 40. Charles Darwin did not publish his world-changing book until he was 50. The thing that unites them is that they eventually found their path. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you will know when you find it. In the words of Jeff Bezos, when you're 80 years old and in a quiet moment of reflection narrating for only yourself, the most personal version of your life story, the telling that will be most compact and meaningful will be the series of choices you have made. In the end, we are our choices. Now it is in your hands to make these choices for others or for yourself. Make smart, meaningful choices and build yourself a great story.